Guys, welcome. Okay, so you're all very, very welcome here on this Saturday evening to our Travel Advantage presentation. You guys are seeing this at the right time in the right place because we are just getting started. Yes, the company is 13 years old, but we are doing something very, very special with this project in terms of changing people's lives. And I don't say that lightly. Back in 2012, I started a project very, very similar to this one, and where we poured more life into people's lives. And how did we do that? We helped them experience more. We helped them see more of the world. We helped them make the world more accessible. So, guys, you're very, very welcome on this presentation tonight. And being honest with you, I'm very, very thankful to the person who invited me to see this information. We started off about 5 months ago, and now in Ireland, the group is going from strength to strength to strength to strength. So, wherever you're tuning in from, all around the world, we promise you that you're seeing some amazing information here tonight. Now, bear with me, guys. I'm not used to Zoom presentations. This is one of my first Zoom presentations, believe it or not, so I'm a bit of a virgin. I like live presentations. So if there's a few hiccups along the way, please bear with me. Right, so the company is Travel Advantage. I hope everyone can see my screen properly there. And basically, what Travel Advantage is a travel membership club. We have some of the biggest accreditations in the world. You're talking ETOA, ETOA France, IETA. If you have the IETA accreditation in travel itself, it's one of the biggest accreditations. Like, trust me when I say companies bend over backwards to get this accreditation within the travel industry. And we have that accreditation. And also on Trustpilot, we have a 4.8 rating on Trustpilot. If you go into Trustpilot, you put in Travel Advantage, you'll see for yourself, you'll see all the independent reviews that the company has. And if you look at, the likes of Booking.com, the likes of Expedia, you put in them into Trustpilot, then you'll see how much of a rating they have as well. And believe me when I say they have a much, much, much lower rating than we do. So we must be doing something right. So, sorry now. Second, just getting used to another computer here. Okay. Thank you, my gorgeous assistant, Nikolai. Okay, so we have access to a number of things within the platform. For tonight, I want to focus on just a handful of them. One of the ones I want to focus on is hotels. The other is artificial intelligence. And the last one will be the life experiences. Okay, so in terms of hotels, or in terms of the AI, we have an AI trip planner here as well. Okay, so I'll start with the AI. If you put in any destination worldwide, you put in the time frame that you want to travel in, you basically go in and you click the amount of people that are going, you select your budget, and then you pick the activities that you want to do within that city. It will basically put a program together for you within 10 to 15 seconds, right? Depending on your internet and seeing if it's slow or fast. But normally it's about 10 to 15 seconds. Okay, so it'll bring up the hotels, it'll bring up a map of the area, it'll bring up a link to your flights, and also everything that you can do within that time frame whilst you're there. So this is phenomenal, guys. I've used this a few times now, showing people what we have here on the app. And without a shadow of a doubt, it does what it says on the tin. All right, you're looking at the hotels there. It brings up the hotels, cheaper prices. And, for me, it is at the forefront of technology. And we are at the forefront of technology. We are ahead of the curve in terms of the AI that's within this system. So if you like to save some time, if you like to save some money, if you like to, experience more, you're in the right place tonight. So on the hotels themselves, we are saving up to 60, sometimes 70% on hotels worldwide, right? So the way we do this is we are like a bulk buying concept. If anyone's heard of wholesale travel, we're like a wholesalers for travel. And another way of doing it is we cut out the marketing costs. So with Booking.com, with Expedia, with all these big boys in the industry, they have marketing costs to pay out, and you pay that marketing cost whenever you book your hotel with Booking.com, with Expedia, or with any of those big players. So here, we're saving people up to 60, 70, even sometimes 80%, I saw the other night, right? So here's an example. Miami, saving 46% on this hotel. As you can see here, the regular price as opposed to Booking.com's regular price is $1,410, right? It's set to dollars here. You can change it to euros. You can change the parameters, whatever the currency of your country is in. The member savings then is there underneath. My apologies. Just a sec. There. Sorry, now I'll go back into the screen here. Okay, so the member savings, as you can see there. Okay, sorry, Nicola. Guys, bear with me. I'm not an Apple man. Yeah, Apple is the bane of my life. So normally I deal with the old school way of doing things. So, okay, so the member savings there, just to come back, is $642, and we pay $768. That to me is a huge, huge saving. And also you're generating travel credits as well there for each and everything that you book through the system. So whether it's a hotel, whether it's a flight, whether it's a cruise, whether it's a car rental, you're generating these travel credits each and every time you make a booking through the system. So here's another example, Corfu, the saving, $354. We pay $1,288. As you can see there, the regular price was $1,816. You can make out the savings yourself there. Punta Cana, again, huge savings there, and so on and so forth. Okay. Actually, the Maldives was an interesting one for me. I did this recently for a member, and one of the most expensive places in Maldives was coming out about $15,000, right? So the saving on that trip was coming in at over 50%. Can you imagine? 50%, that was over $7,500 of a saving on that trip. Now, yes, it was a very, very high-end trip, okay? So that's ahead of a lot of us, going forwards. But for me, $7,500 is better off in my pocket than Booking.com's pocket. Wouldn't you agree? Okay, so next, cruises. If you like cruises, we deal with some of the biggest cruise ships in the world. MSC would be some of them, Carnival, and we're saving people a huge amount of money on cruises there. All right, next. So if you are a student, this is open to students. If you are struggling with a bit of money in your pocket, you still have an opportunity to plug into the basic level here of the booking engine. And with that basic level, you have access to the hotels, the flights, car rentals, transport, and activities. You do not get the full range of services, but again, this is only for like people who are basically students, and I know a lot of students who've started off this way. Okay, so where we are at is an elite membership. For the elite membership, you get access to all the things, all the same things as a VIP membership, but with a lot of added extra stuff involved. You get access to life experiences. You get access to resorts that you want to get access to. You can put 4 travelers on your membership, so 4 family members or 4 people who you would love to travel with can go on your membership. 24/7 or 24/7 support, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Price guarantee on hotels. Now, the price guarantee, I believe, is not highlighted enough. With the price guarantee, I incentivize someone to join as a member and come in and try and find the cheapest price possible out there outside of our system. Why? Because you're guaranteed 150% back in the difference of the price. Let me reiterate that again. Go off and you find on Booking.com a hotel that's maybe €400 cheaper. Apples for apples, like for like. If it's €400 cheaper and you're getting 150% back in the difference, you're going to get €600 back in travel credits to use for future travel. Isn't that amazing? That is a game changer for me. So I say to people, listen, guys, go off and find cheaper out there. You're doing market research for the company, but you're also going to get 150% back in the difference of the price. Phenomenal. So I incentivize people to go out there and find cheaper than what we have. The elite membership is $120 per month. And what that $120 does is it's converted to loyalty points. And those loyalty points you get back each and every month to use off a life experience, right? You can either use these points partially throughout the course of the year, or you use all 100% of those points at the end of year 1 to book a life experience. So it's like a savings club for your travel. So there's no lost money here. The only thing you will have at the start is an activation fee of $120. And that's for, the activation fee and a license. Okay, let's move on. Now, if you like VVIP, if you like very, very luxury experiences, this is something that's on offer here as well. If you do a one-time upgrade, it's called Turbo, of $250, you get to double your points. So every $120 that you pay is doubled and matched by the company. So the company will give you an extra $120 each and every month. So I don't know what bank, like I'm in Ireland here, right? If I put my money into AIB Bank and I put $120 or 120 euros in, I'm not going to get that doubled. I can guarantee you. There's no way. Not a hope in hell. Yes, I know this is for travel, but why not have a better experience for yourselves for a one-time fee? And actually, with that turbo one-time upgrade, that's also converted to points as well. So you're getting every dollar of that back to use for your future travel with a life experience. You also get, extra guest passes and so on and so forth. Okay. Sorry, I just clicked that. Okay. Moving on. All right. So just a recap. So for the for the elite subscription, $100 or $120 activation fee only once. You pay that once, never to be paid again. And then $120 a month, and each and every month that adds up. So at the end of year one, you should have $1,440 to use towards a vacation. How nice is that? Okay. Or if you want to do a one-time upgrade to Turbo of $250, you will get to double your points, plus you get an extra $250 there in your travel loyalty points as well. How nice is that? So I would rather have a nice luxury holiday at the end of year one for me and my family. Wouldn't you agree? So moving on. So these are some of the life experiences, right? When we talk life experiences, that's exactly what they are. These are VVIP trips. They want you to experience something different. So you can see with this one, they have a lot of stuff included, demi-pension, standard rooms, 10% discount on individual spas. So for me, I've done some of these trips before with a previous company, and unfortunately, COVID killed that company. And you're talking being collected at the hotel, brought to gala dinners. I was brought to two gala dinners in the past. One was in an embassy, the other one was in a castle. We had an ice cream making experience an ice cream making experience during our stay there. Whereas dry ice and the ice cream, dry ice is spilling out into the floor. We had champagne buffet breakfast each and every morning and a cocktail party on arrival. And I only paid €249 for that experience. It was 5 days, 4 nights. So we're talking the exact same kind of stuff here. Yeah. So and yeah, oh, sorry, you can apply your loyalty points as well. So if you see a price there on life experience, let me go back. See, it's $479 per person. You can apply your loyalty points there, bring the price down to $229 per person. How nice is that? Yeah. So for me, you're paying less. Just because you're a member, you're paying less for this trip, right? And so you can use the points partially throughout the year. As I said, apply your points partially, or you can use all your points at the end of year one for one of these experiences. Okay, let's move on. Yeah, tech support is in the house. I'm glad tech support is here tonight. Okay, so 5 days, 4 nights in Taiwan life experience. So there's so many experiences here on the system to help us to experience more, right? I've never been to Taiwan. I would love to go to Taiwan. And guys, these are either 5 or 4 star locations. They're not, like 2 and 3 star places. You're talking 5 and 4 star locations for 2 and 3 star prices. Okay, Madeira experience. There's a lot of people going on this experience here from Ireland. So Madeira is said to be like the creme de la creme of Portugal. It's supposed to be the Hawaii of Portugal, one of the most amazing places. So again, there's a lot of people going here from Ireland. There's a lot of people going here from around the world. When you go on one of these experiences, you get to meet a community from all around the world. I have friends from all around the world from the last one. I'm going to have more friends from this one. I already have created more friends from this one. And it's just been an amazing experience so far for me. Okay, bringing the price down to $399. Okay, Costa Rica, deluxe life experience. Look at what's included in this, guys. All inclusive, king or double room, a garden view, a catamaran half-day tour with transportation, airport transfer. You're collected from the airport to the hotel and back to the airport from the hotel after your trip. How amazing is that? If you want to extend your trip either side, you can extend your trip either side. You can go into the system, you can basically put in a request and say, listen, I want to extend this because maybe for some people, Costa Rica is a bit far, right? So it could be the other side of the world. So maybe 5 days, 4 nights is a bit short. Extend your trip or use the booking engine to book another hotel. You might be using your travel credits to book that other hotel. You may be purchasing that hotel for free. I'll get to that a bit later. And, stay in another place, experience more in Costa Rica whilst you're there. Welcome reception, a host, a semi-private group farewell dinner. The value of that trip, guys, is phenomenal. Like, I don't know where you'd get it. I really don't. Because they want you to experience more in your life. And that's why it's called life experience. And that's why we're pouring more life into people's lives here. All right, Santorini. Who loves Santorini? I've been to Santorini, a phenomenal place. You get to see the sunset, and this is a dream location for a lot of people. So, what holds a lot of people back from discovering their dream locations or getting out to their dream locations is this time and money, right? So, if money is looked after here, if you can apply your points here and bring the price down, you're paying less for a luxury trip that may have seemed beyond your reach and is now in your reach. And if money is an obstacle as well, time and money are obstacles. I'll talk to you a bit about that later on. We have a cure for that here. Okay, this is one of our trips. So, guys, that there was one of our life experiences. Okay, so that life experience is in Dubai. It's a creme de la creme life experience. You're talking, safari tours. You're talking a whole cruise just for the members on the river in Dubai there. And that's included in the price of your hotel, your stay in the hotel. For me, that trip is phenomenal, right? So to have all that, to experience all that, you have parties, you have all the stuff. If you like party lifestyle, there's trips here for that. If you like a more quiet lifestyle, there's trips here for that. So again, it all depends on what you're looking for. We have a lot of stuff boxed off here. We have a pasta making experience in Italy, actually live at the moment, where you can go and you can do a pasta making class with one of the top chefs in Italy, one of the top chefs in Italy. The company reached out to this chef and said, hey, would you mind doing a special experience with our members? And she said, sure, let's go. So if you like pasta, if you like your food, if you're a foodie, that's a trip for you. Okay, moving on. We have a life experience mall, or a lifestyle mall, should I say. You can purchase clothes, you can purchase Doc Martens, you can purchase whatever you want on that. If you like a bit of luxury, you're getting top brands for a lot less. And every time you purchase something there on that part of the site, you get travel credits as well. Imagine that. Imagine going out into town here and buying a watch and getting travel credits for buying your watch. Or imagine going to the shops and, paying for your Doc Martens, going off there and buying your Doc Martens and then getting travel credits for buying your Doc Martens. Wouldn't happen, right? So here that happens. It's going to be stuff that you probably purchase anyway. I'm looking at getting Christmas presents here. I'm looking at getting birthday presents here. I'm looking to get all that stuff boxed off through the platform because I know I'm going to get travel credits back for future travel. How amazing is that? All right, moving on. Okay, so just to reiterate, your membership comes back to you. 100% of that membership comes back to you at the end of year one. So remember, one time, $120. That's it, just for the activation fee. Then you're 120 each and every month. So at the end of year one, you have $1,440 there to use towards one of these life experiences. All of it. So why not, gift yourself? If somebody says, oh, I only travel once a year, perfect. You're boxing off that money to travel once a year. Get that life experience sorted, get that life experience under your belt. I guarantee you guys, you'll never want to look back. I'm so thankful to the person that brought me here into this travel club, because for me, I experienced similar a few years back, and I'm gagging. I'm so much more looking forward to the experiences now because I've grown as a person. We've grown as a community, and from together everyone can achieve more. Together everyone can have a lot more fun in their lives. If you do that one-time upgrade of $250, remember, this is optional. You don't have to do it, right? $250, you get to double your points. 2,880 loyalty points there in your travel loyalty points section to use off one of these luxury experiences. So guys, why not? It's a no-brainer. You're going to get all this money back. You're going to possibly travel anyway. you're going to want to experience more anyway. So why not do it a different way? And why not save hundreds, if not thousands of euros? So I just want to quickly go into do a live demonstration, if I may. I may need Nikolai's quick help. Sorry, guys. I need to get better with Apple. Okay, I want to do a quick live demonstration. Okay, so live demonstration is this. Okay, let's say Paris, right? So Paris, France, boom. Check-in dates. So I have to scroll down a bit. Thank you, buddy. Let's say May. I need a week. Okay, great stuff. My beautiful assistant. I don't know if you can see him on the screen. All right. So the Paris hotels, right? So I always say to people, search by city, right? That's very, very important. Search by city. Because if you search by city, it will bring up the top saving in that city and work its way backwards. So the top percentage saving is going to go up now for this period in May with the hotels. And I'm looking forward to showing you guys this because this is something amazing. It really is. 1 second now, it's loading. Okay, so guys, check this out, right? So the top saving came up 59% saving on Le Grand Quartier, okay? Regular price on Booking.com, 3,951 euros, right? This is the regular price. This is set to the regular price on Booking.com. If you're a Genius level 2 or 3 or 300 or whatever the Genius levels are, we still undercut those Genius levels, yeah? So, you could be Genius level XYZ, and we're still saving people a serious amount of money on their hotels here. And if I can scroll down, sorry, buddy. Yeah, thank you. So again, there's a lot of hotels here, right? If you're on more of a budget, Fiat Hostel, if you're on more of a budget, stop at the Hotel Berkeley. Hotel Berkeley, 3-star hotel, 1,940 is the Genius level price. Member saving here, or Genius level, the Booking.com price, right? Member savings 1,013. We pay 927. Folks, that 1,013 euros is better off in your pocket. Wouldn't you agree? Okay. And you're also generating travel credits each and every time you book your holiday. I actually just go into the member savings there again. Sorry. So if you are a turbo member, you also get a further discount, right? So there's the elite savings, there's a turbo discount, and then there's loyalty points that you can actually apply as well. So remember those loyalty points that you're paying each and every month? You can apply them partially off this hotel as well. Thank you, buddy. I'll go back into the presentation. Okay. Right. So, guys, if you just like to travel, just go off, save money, save hundreds, if not thousands of euros, dollars, lira, whatever currency, sterling, save hundreds, if not thousands on that membership. Because I tell you, I had somebody there join, right, and they used their membership and they used it for the first time in the first few days. And she saved 300 euros off her hotel booking straight away. Straight away. And I was like, what? This is insane, right? Then, with somebody else, I did that price comparison for the Maldives. Again, if you like luxury, if you're somebody here that can afford a trip of $15,000, right? And you want to book it through Booking.com, book it through Booking.com. But if you want to save $7,500, become a member, pay for that trip, and pay half the price. Why not? It's a no-brainer. Okay, so, but if you're like me, right? I love to travel, but I also like to earn money, right? This part is not for everyone. Okay, so if you just love to travel, do the travel. But here's the thing. For me, time freedom is very, very important, right? So back in 2012, when I started that other business, I learned about something called time freedom and leverage, right? So time freedom and leverage are very, very important to me because I'm a young family man, yeah, and I want to spend more time with my kids. And anyone that knows me here on this call, you can go onto my Facebook, and one of the last posts I posted was about having time freedom and being able to spend more time with kids and to be able to world school my kids. Now, this is very, very important for me because I feel that there's only so much my kids can learn out of a book, right? But some of the main things that hold people back from getting involved in business is fear. Okay, so fear is simple. If somebody shows you a unique opportunity, learn how, just do it. Just get it done, because I guarantee you this opportunity changed my life back a few years ago. A very, very similar project. And now we're here again, right? So for me, I learned how to do it. I didn't know how to do it, but I delved in. I just didn't have a clue how to do it, to be honest with you. But I figured it out as I went along. I went on the trips. I experienced more. I made more friends. I had the culture. I just, I just experienced so much more. You can tell I'm passionate about it, right? So again, I'm back in this arena again, and I'm just loving every minute of it. And I'm loving being here with you guys tonight. I don't get paid to be here on this call with you guys tonight. I'm here for the love of this. I'm here for the passion of it, and I'm here to show you that there's another way, right? Because a lot of us are sick and tired. A lot of us are sick and tired of what's going on out there. Why not plug into something different? Why not turn off from the news and plug into what we have here? So it's a legitimate company. We're around since 2013. We survived COVID, folks. If we survived COVID, that's telling you something. A travel company that survived COVID, right? We must have been doing something different at the time. Present in 5 continents, we've got headquarters in France, Great Britain, United Arab Emirates, USA, and over 500,000 members worldwide. That's this bulk buying concept. We have 500,000 members. So our company can ring up these hotels and say, hey, listen, can we get your room for X amount of time? Can you do this for us? 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 We will pay the money up front because we have 500,000 members. And what's the best price possible you can do? Or what can you keep on adding to it? So that's how we do it, with that huge, huge volume of membership worldwide. And we're growing. And we are revolutionizing the tourism industry as a whole. Okay. So you've probably seen some of these big industries, yeah. You probably wanted to know how to be part of them. You've all gone to cinemas, yeah. You've all seen the latest films. There's some new films coming out. There's the Marvel Doomsday film, and there's so many different advertisements. But do these filmmakers pay you for recommending the cinema? No, right? Do the coffee people pay you for recommending a Starbucks coffee to your friends and family? No. Food supplements, okay, maybe there's a few companies out there that you can recommend, but to me, beaches and oceans are more important than potions and lotions. I'd rather see the beaches and oceans, to be honest with you. It's a sexier product, right? So again, that's what we're playing part in. Some people, I've shown this to. I often say to them, listen, the next time you're in the airport, just think of how much of a percentage of the business that's going through the airport could be in your back pocket whilst you're going through the airport and going and experiencing a trip somewhere. That's what we have. Right. So where's the money in this? The money is made through referrals, right? So referring something. Everyone knows Revolut, right? Revolut would be a huge banking system across the whole of Europe. And what Revolut do is they reward people for referring on other customers. So if I have a Revolut card, I'll go to my friend and say, hey, be part of Revolut, right? But the market's so saturated for Revolut right now. So, it's very hard to find somebody who's not a customer of Revolut. If you're a business owner, you probably have a better way of attracting another business owner, and Revolut will give you €200 as opposed to €20, right? We have a similar concept here. The higher the membership, the higher percentage you're going to get back just for referring somebody. I go off and have an amazing experience somewhere. I go off and travel somewhere. I share somebody else's experiences. And that's all we're doing. All we're doing is sharing. That's all I ever do with this, right? Some people say, oh, I'm not a salesperson. I'm not really a salesperson. I just go in and I share. I share my screen. I share what's on the app. I show people the prices. I show people, the life experiences. And then I invite them onto a call like this, or I invite them to see a video, or get somebody else to answer their questions. And that's all we do. It's very, very simple. It's a very, very simple concept. Some things are very, very simple to do, and they're simple not to do. I choose to do it because I want freedom for myself and my family. Okay, so now here's where it gets very, very interesting. And I should have mentioned this earlier on, and I didn't, right? So why I didn't mention it is because I like people to see visuals. Okay, I'm sure there's people on this call tonight who would love a paid for holiday at the end of year one. Let me say that again. I'm sure there's people on this call tonight who would love a paid for holiday at the end of year one. So yes, we pay a membership, right? But if we refer 3 members to what we have here, they become members, you don't pay your monthly membership anymore, and the company will still pay you that $120 each and every month as a thank you for referring those 3 customers. mind blown, right? This is one of the easiest things in this industry that I have ever come across. I don't know of anything else out there like this, right? Where you can have a free holiday just by sharing it with three people that want to become members. Like we were in a hotel in town earlier on, right? And one of the guys invited his friend. He's in construction. He shared it with his friend. We showed him the app. We showed him around the app. My friend Nikolai did a bit of a presentation for him, showed him on the screen, showed him the back, showed him everything that he needed to see through the website. And the guy became a customer just like that. He said, "Yes, I'm in." Didn't have to think about it. Didn't have to, people love to travel. Travel is the essence of what we're all about. If here's a bonus tip for anyone who's on this call tonight, right? Here's a bonus tip. Do you want some product training? Right? This is your product training. Okay. Do most of you know how to pack a suitcase or a backpack? Right. And I've come across one or two smart asses. Maybe I shouldn't say that. In the past, I said, "Oh no, I don't know how to pack a suitcase." I know how to pack a suitcase. I can show you how to pack a suitcase. If you know how to pack a suitcase, you know how to do this business. Product training over. There we go. Okay, so every 12 months, we have a free vacation with three active members. And the company will pay you $4 per day to cover your membership costs as well. How amazing is that? All right. So it starts off there. Okay. So the more people share this, the more you get paid, the more percentage the company is willing to reward you. How amazing is this, right? So you don't know what somebody's going to do. You could know a John who knows a Mary, who knows an Anne. They all become members. Anne knows somebody in Botswana, and Anne says, "Hey, listen, I have this travel program that I want to show you. Let's show you." And then that person becomes a member, and you have a team in Botswana all of a sudden. We don't know where this business is going to go. And it's happened here. We have members in the States, we have members in Romania, we have members in the UK, we have members dotted all over the world, right? And there's some countries, this is opportunity, there's some countries out there that haven't yet experienced Travel Advantage yet in terms of the membership, right? So some of the biggest countries in the world would be France, Romania, but there's still huge, huge, huge opportunity. You're talking millions of people, right? If you don't know enough people, just step outside the door. We step outside the door every day. You come in contact with people each and every day. I'm sure that the majority of those people love to travel. And all we do is share. Okay. So then as it grows, we have people that have hit this. Somebody in our team hit this the other day, Nico. So again, anything is possible here. Anything is possible. There's car bonuses, there's so many different bonuses, but I like to talk about, figures that are real for people. How much would an extra $300 do for you per month? Extra on top of what you're already earning. If you're a business owner, how much would $300 do for you extra? If you're a person who works 9 to 5, how much would $300 extra coming into your household do for you, right? It would do phenomenal things. Trust me, because I know we have a cost of living crisis here. We have a housing crisis. We have, government that, hates its people. I won't go into it, but I don't like talking about politics. Sorry. But these are the things that are happening on. They're external factors that are going on out there. If we can control the internal stuff that's going on under our roof, then we can control a lot more in our lives. We can control what we do here. We can give ourselves a bonus rather than waiting for the bonus from your company, right? You can reward yourself here. Okay, so we talked about that. Moving on. Again, moving through it, moving through it, moving through it. Okay. So what's feasible? And guys, these numbers don't just come from you. They come from the people that you introduce, and some of this stuff can happen exponentially overnight. If you know somebody who's naturally a business leader, excuse me, they could grow this exponentially for you because they know people who know people who know people, right? And a lot of business owners are looking at this now and seeing it as a way of not only generating another income, but saving a whole lot of money on their travel in terms of a business cost. I put the membership through my business as a business cost because I said to myself, okay, I'm going to need to travel in my business. I put it through my business. It's a business expense. So be it. And I'm generating more revenue. And that money pours back into my business. Happy days. Excuse me. So again, going through it. we know people who are earning this income. We know people who are earning this income. We know people who are earning this type of income. We know people who are earning this type of income. Lumi, I don't know if she's on the call tonight, right? But Luminitsa is earning between these two figures here, if not more, right? Per month. Okay. I don't want to talk unrealistic figures, but she put the work in, but it only took her 2.5 to 3 years. Would 2.5 to 3 years be worth it for you to generate something like this? Not even that. Okay. Okay. Reverse, rewind here. Would 2.5 to 3 years be worth it for you to generate something like this passively per month? Passively on top of what you already earn? Of course. It's an absolute no brainer. All right. So again, just trips, experiences, we won't go through that. We've talked about that. Right. So to become a business owner here, I don't know if you've looked into conventional business, right? But conventional business is very, very expensive. I used to look into cafes. I used to look into restaurants. I used to want to run my own cafe. To own my own cafe here in Ireland would cost at least 100,000, if not more, right? You have to pay for your chairs and furniture, your lighting, your overheads, your gas, your electricity, your staff, your products, your everything before you even make a profit. You're lucky if you make a profit after year 1 or 2 in conventional business, without a word of a lie. And a lot of conventional businesses are lucky if they're alive after 5 years. And they are real statistics, folks. We can tell you the statistics here in Dublin and in Ireland, especially for the hospitality industry. It's crazy. Like places are opening as fast as they close or closing as fast as they open. So for me, you have now an international business in the palm of your hands for $99. Unheard of. Unheard of, right? I was listening to Nikolai earlier on. He pays about 500 a year for his Shopify business, right? And then that's not even to kit it out and to put the products on there and stuff like that. That's just for maintenance, right? So that's a conventional website. And some conventional websites are much, much more. Here you have a training academy. You have a back office that tracks your whole business. It's an emailing system. There's online and offline training. You have a Visa or MasterCard, so they send you out a Visa or MasterCard. You could choose how you want to get paid here, right? So I chose to get paid on MasterCard. Yeah. So I choose to get paid on a MasterCard. I hope I'm covering the numbers. If not, so be it. So I choose to get paid onto the MasterCard. You can choose to get paid into your bank account, into crypto, or whatever suits you best. Even check I've seen, or even a gift card. You can get paid on gift cards. I don't know why, but if you want to get paid in gift cards, you get paid in gift cards. Okay. So again, some of the big, big companies in the industry that are doing these things, right? So, referral business, time is now. MWR stands for Making Wishes Real. Why not make your wishes real tonight? Why not make your wishes real and get back to the person that brought you here onto this call? Because, guys, life will never be the same. If you were to decide to make, even if you had to make a little sacrifice, right, and not go out on a weekend here in Dublin or in London, right? London's a very expensive city. I know some people on the call here from London. If you were to sacrifice not going out for a weekend in London to have an international business in the palm of your hands, would it be worth it? Of course it would, right? And these are some of the people who have come in and they're doing amazing things. We actually have a conference in Antalya in a few days. We're going off to Antalya in Turkey. I've never been to Antalya before. I've always wanted to go to Antalya because of the amazing salt baths on the side of a hill and Hadrian's Gate and a lot of ruins and old relics and stuff like that. It's one of my dream places. And our conference is there on the 26th to the 27th of this month at next weekend, right? So for me, we're going there. We're going to experience more. We're going to meet some amazing people from around the world. And guys, when I say you're going to meet some amazing people from around the world, you make friends for life here. I made friends in the last company from all around the world. I can call up people from Cyprus today, Greece, South Korea, Botswana, South Africa, wherever. I have made friendships all around the world. And you know what the amazing thing is? One of the most amazing things is, and this is speaking from the heart because I'm very into the spirituality and holisticness and flow and energy. When you see people from around the world getting together who are sharing the flags of their countries, and these are normally countries that don't get on, and yet they're hugging and shaking hands and embracing each other at one of these events, the world needs this right now. It needs this more than ever right now, because again, there's so much stuff going on out there, and it's just crazy. And I'm getting a bit emotional talking about it because there's so much stuff going on, right? So why not take part in something different? Why not do something different? Why not have something different for you and your families? Why not become part of a community that wants to help you succeed and excel in life? And that's the gift that your friend has shown you here tonight. That's what we have here. Okay, so elevation. The price has gone up. These prices need to be changed. I believe it's 179 or 199 for general admission. VIP is sold out. If you still want to go, sorry, the 25th to 26th, I said the 26th to 27th. It's 25th to 26th. Antalya. I believe the guy who joined us earlier on is going to this event because he's so excited about what we have. He had a serious injury in work that puts him out of work. And he says, I have the time, I have the money, why not go to Turkey? Why not come and see this and the bigger picture for himself? So he's coming to Elevation with us in 2026. If you can't come to this event, we have local events going on in some of the major cities where Travel Advantage is big right now. And also, we have another event coming up later in the year. So if you can't make this one, don't worry about it. There'll be more events that you can plug into. And there's loads of Zoom calls and loads of good stuff happening all around the world. All right, so some of the big people who are involved, Yoni Ashraf is the CEO and founder. And for me, this guy, I've heard so many amazing stories from so many different people about this guy. He's a very, very credible guy. And he wanted to make sure that this company is very, very secure for people. And he's always, always, always working on how to make it better and tweak it and not make huge changes, right? Because huge changes can throw everything into a spanner in the works. But this guy, he's a numbers guy. He's very, very analytical and he's looked at the numbers. He's looked at how to get people rewarded a lot sooner, which is unheard of in the industry. He's looked at the longevity of what it means to have certain amount of members worldwide. And then he's planning ahead and figuring out, do the numbers work? Do the numbers work? Do the numbers work? And they work perfectly so far. 13 years in business, it will show you that it's working perfectly. Ilian Evtimov was one of the first people to start. He was a professional basketball player, and now he struggled. He was going around and he was trying to figure out, of being a coach in basketball. And he was a professional player. He was retiring, and he wanted to go around and figure out, where he could coach. People were not taking him on board, and then he decided to do something else. He decided to do this, and he's earning much, much more money than ever before when he was a professional basketball player. So again, guys, you may be looking at this. If you have a high profile job, you think, that money is good. But normally when people have a high profile job, they normally match their income with their expenses. So if your expenses are matching your income, then you should try and find a way of generating more in order to safeguard your future, especially nowadays. All right, so just a quick recap. Delete subscription, $120. One-time activation fee of $120, right? You pay that once, and then the elite subscription is once each and every month. And then if you want to do the business, it's an extra $99. So on the elite, all in, it's $340, and you get 120 loyalty points straight away into your loyalty point account. If you like a bit more VVIP, if you want to travel more, if you want to experience more, I suggest getting the Turbo. It's an absolute no-brainer. An extra $250 one time. That $250 is converted to loyalty points. Your subscription that you would pay 120 for is doubled. So you're getting 240 each and every month. And you're coming out with a lot of loyalty points there to use on one of our life experiences, which are phenomenal. Okay. So, guys, something very, very special. Okay. If you decide and if it's feasible for you to do Turbo, I would do Turbo right now. Why? Because we have a special promotion, and this promotion ends at the end of the month. It was actually extended from last month because it went so well. A lot of members joined, and the reason for it is they were getting 2 months free membership. 2 months free membership. They paid the Turbo, they paid the business, and they got 2 months free membership. So $590, you receive in total 970 loyalty points over the course of the 2 month or the 3 month period. How amazing is that? 2 free months where you don't pay membership and the company pays you to go off on a holiday. It's unheard of. It's actually unheard of, right? So here's the thing. This is an amazing thing, right? It's available until the 25th of April. 25th of April. So if you can decide to do this before the 25th of April. Now, guys, it's all in, right? Doing this one time, all in. If you do Elite and you upgrade to Turbo, it's not going to count, okay? So do it all in, get the 2 months free, and come travel with us. Come see the world with us. So, guys, my suggestion to you is get back to the person who brought you here tonight. Connect with us. Feel free to connect with me. I'm on Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on so many different channels. Get back to the person that brought you here tonight and tell them, are you in? Right? You're either in, you love it, you want to travel more, you see the value for it. You're just amazing. You need more time, that's fine. Take a bit of time, but don't take too much time, right? Because the business is growing. And if you understand the business here, the position of the business is everything, right? Because your friend is going to keep on going with or without you. So the people that or she introduces could be potentially in your group, in your network, you're the CEO of your own business, right? But whatever activity that they do is going to help benefit your business going forwards. So time is of the essence here. Or you like the way you are, you like your job, you don't want to change anything much, you don't want to save money, you don't want to earn any extra money, and that's totally, totally fine. Your friend is still going to be your friend. Don't treat them any differently. They won't treat you any differently, and just, stay friends. Stay like my best friend. I'll be honest with you guys. He's not here. I would love him to be here. I would love him to be here with me. I would love him to experience more. Unfortunately, he's not with me, but at the end of the day, it's my life. I choose what I want to do with my life. I choose to have a different life. I choose to have a life of freedom for myself and my kids. I choose to have a vehicle that pours more life into people's lives. That's amazing. And I see it as a gift. Imagine you have a gift now in your hands. And that's the way I see it. I see it as a gift. You're sharing this gift with the world. You're sharing it with people. You're saying, listen, hey, this is what I have. If you like it, great. If you don't like it, doesn't matter. Great. Fine. We're still friends. But what we have here is phenomenal, guys. You will not look back. That other company totally changed my life. This company here is changing my life. And I'm a much better person for the last experiences that I had with the previous company. And I know that I'm more prepared and equipped to help a lot of you going forwards. Again, I'm here for, everyone here. I'm doing this for free. I'm not getting paid to present here tonight, but I've taken the time out of my evening to be here with you guys tonight to show you what is possible. So, guys, thank you very much for being here this evening. I love and appreciate you all. And, make the rest of your life the best of your life. Why not? At the end of the day, it's up to you. Thank you very much and have a good night. God bless.